Well, welcome. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thank you. Good afternoon. This is the UC2B ribbon cutting, and you probably all know, I can't believe it's been a long 3 years of this project that's already in its third year, an exciting project for Champaign-Urbana, and today we're really here to celebrate that the project is finally plugging in some great community organizations like Salem Church here, and plugging in residents in our neighborhoods. This fall, folks in the community have started to get plugged in, and so we're here to celebrate that. But first, I want to just say that this is not really about the wires in the ground, even though it's great that those wires are in the ground and people are plugged in. Today, we're going to hear from a lot of great people in the community because it's really about how this empowers people and what it means to our community, whether that's education for our children, whether that's doctors being able to perform remote surgery, or folks learning in schools, or getting jobs that are going online, or just using the internet to stay connected with families. That's really why this project matters, and we're going to hear from some great folks today about that. First, I want to start with a pop quiz. It's Saturday, so I think we need a pop quiz. First, raise your hand if you are one of the UC2B community ambassadors who has helped to work so hard on this project for years. Raise your hand. Get those hands up, folks who work. Yeah, I see them. Okay, thank you. This group of ambassadors has worked incredibly hard these last few years, knocking on over 17,000 doors in the neighborhood, talking about the project and helping people who are eligible get plugged in, so it's wonderful to have them here today. And next, raise your hand if you actually have UC2B, either at your home or your business or your community organization. Okay, a few people got plugged in so far. Give them a round of applause. Those are the lucky people who got plugged in early here at the start of the project. Raise your hand if you're on the list, if you've signed up and you're hoping to get plugged in here really soon. Okay, more people, good. And raise your hand, any elected officials here. I know we have a few people who I'll introduce as we speak, but I see some other elected officials out in the crowd. Okay, thank you. Acknowledge these elected officials who've supported this project for so long. And finally, anyone here who is in the congregation at Salem Baptist or at Bethel AME Church? Raise your hands. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for hosting this ribbon cutting today. We're really excited that the churches are plugged in and the community organizations are starting to get plugged into the network, and it's wonderful to be part of that. So here's how we're going to do this. There are a couple people who are going to say some very brief remarks, and then we're going to cut this ribbon, and then the party moves inside. There's going to be live music by Mo Betta. There's going to be some light refreshments and drawings and prizes and things indoors after the ribbon cutting. So first, we're going to hear very briefly from some super important folks in the community, and we're going to hear from Pastor Shelby and Reverend Bogan here from Salem, who are hosting this event. Thank you for doing that. And then Carmen Hendricks from Bethel AME, the co-hosts of the event, and Mayor Gerard and Mayor Pressing from the City of Champaign and City of Urbana. So they'll speak in that order. And first up, Pastor Shelby and Reverend Bogan. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. This is a day that the Lord hath made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. To our director and to our mayors and other VIPs and elected officials, it is certainly good to be here, and I'm very pleased to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful occasion, and also a part of the cutting edge of things that are taking place in our community. And I'm always in favor of things that are going to be beneficial to our general population, and we're glad that we can play that role. And I certainly feel that it is our place in that we've been here in this community so long. Our church is 1 year older than the University of Illinois, so I think we have some longevity here, and we're always glad to be a part of things that are on the cutting edge. God bless you. God keep you. Glad that you are here. Reverend Zernia Bogan.
Thank you, Pastor Shelby. It is a pleasure indeed to be here as the community representative for UC2B. 3 years ago, when Professor Abdul Al-Kalimat and Mike Smelcher asked me to come down to the university and be part of the symposium that they were given, I was just really taken back to even think that something like this would even come to fruition because of its magnitude. We've been through a lot of hurdles on the above ground unit and the below ground unit. And as you know, we didn't get the above ground unit, but the below ground unit we got and is beginning to prosper. Now is the time that with the implementation of this unit, that we begin to utilize this unit to help our schools, our churches, be able to foster education and benefits for our community. And so I'm proud to be part of UC2B, and I want to say thank you very much to the community for allowing this to happen.
Hello, my name is Carmen Hendricks. I'm representing Bethel AME, and I just wanted to let you know how we're going to use UC2B. Immediately, we will be using it for our tutoring program, which we have on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:30, and as well as Sunday mornings with our Sunday school department. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. Long before I became a public servant, I recall following along with the process of the city of Champaign looking to invest in this, to vote to accept this federal grant. I am so grateful to those who came before me who took advantage of this opportunity, and myself, in my position now, will do everything I can to take advantage of the opportunity even further. I was blessed to represent the city of Champaign by an invitation to the White House for the U.S. Ignite Conference, which is an initiative to bring forth the president's stressing the importance of bringing home fiber to homes and the broadband project, broadband experience. As I was out in Washington, D.C., many of the conversations were about the great things that could come from this as far as healthcare, as far as education, as far as public safety. But perhaps the greatest message that I heard while I was there was the notion that we don't know what can become of this, that the opportunities are boundless, and we are one of very few communities in the United States that has this opportunity. We are one of the very few places that is so blessed to have an institution like the University of Illinois with so many innovators and so many great minds, that we are truly on the forefront of the new frontier of technology. It is truly an honor to have that. It is a great feather in our cap, but even more so, it's an absolutely remarkable benefit to our community, and we're all blessed, whether it is we download movies faster, or we have diagnosis from doctors, or we have early warning for storms, or whatever may come of this. So it's really wonderful to be here today, to be at this point where we're moving forward and literally cutting the ribbon to get moving and rolling out this great technology. So thanks to everyone who came before me, and I assure you that I will do everything that I can to continue to push forth this effort and this initiative. So thank you.
Okay, I'm Laurel Pressing, the mayor of Urbana, that little town over there. And this is another example of the cooperation between the twin cities of Champaign and Urbana and the university, which we both worked to get here in 1867, a year after Salem Baptist Church was founded. So it started really with President Obama understanding the importance of this, and that he provided the money. The federal government provided the money, and fortunately we had Mike Smeltzer at the University of Illinois who seized the opportunity, and the cities joined in, and a lot of people have helped, and I'm just delighted that the churches are doing this as an education, because this is what our people need, education and the jobs that will come from a project like this, and the fact that we have an educated community. So thank you all for coming.
Next, I want to introduce a few people to talk about the impact of this and what comes next. First, Imani Bazell, and then we'll hear from John Gant and also Deb Frank-Finan. So first, Imani.
Let me say something really superfluous first. I am so excited about the sun being out, but Mr. Wind is seriously messing with my hair today. So I've given up on being cute out here today. What I do want to remind most of us of, that Mayor Pressing started, and here we've come full circle, that it was President Obama who tried his best to funnel resources to communities just like the one we're standing in. That we need to be calling this thing that we're doing ObamaNet. And I think it's important because we did, and I'm talking about the black community right now. We can't keep letting things slip through our fingers. If you all will remember that phrase that went with the stimulus money, the people who were getting the money, the organizations who were getting the money, were folks who they said were shovel ready. And this is a challenge to us as black folks in Champaign-Urbana to get shovel ready, because we still are not. But this is a good opening. This ribbon cutting might be a new day to say, hey, let's get shovel ready. And I'm so proud that it is Salem and Bethel who are leading the way here. Both I consider homes. Reverend Shelby has to pray for me long and often because I like to use colorful language when I am working. But I will always ask him first. I say, Reverend Shelby, you got me? And he says, yeah, I got you. Then I go ahead and let it fly. He's going to pray me into heaven because I might be ruining my chances. But anyway, one of the things that was talked about a lot in this election cycle was the question of the ground game, and that the Obama administration had their ground game hooked up. And so what I want us to begin to talk about in the context of the black community, along with our allies in the white community, in the university community, is what is our ground game going to be in terms of making sure that the religious community, that the civic community, that individuals and families be ready to walk squarely into the 21st century. And we cannot do that if we are not prioritizing technology. UC2B has been a wonderful, wonderful effort to try to continue to educate us about that. But we have to get serious on our own about what our ground game is going to be, because we will be left in the dust. And I know Mary, you, me, Carol, others, we're not about being left in the dust. Chandra, correct? So we want to be serious about that. We want to be clear about having a vision and making sure our folks sign up now. And guess what? You might already be on a contract with, who is it? It's not called Cablevision anymore, Comcast. I promise you, I just signed one a few months ago, but I don't care. It's important to sign up for this anyway. So what? You're just going to have 2 contracts for a while. That's just the way the ball bounces. But it can't be an excuse not to sign up because you're already on contract with somebody else. That we do it and do it now is a signal. It's a signal of our religious community's leadership. And our religious community's leadership cannot betray our congregations, cannot betray our community, and again, our full need to step into the 21st century. So I want to challenge us to be seriously fired up and ready to go. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is John Gant, and I'm actually part of the UC2B team, one of the directors of the project. I'm actually responsible for all these people that are knocking on your door, around 18 or 19,000 trips. And I just want to recognize our ambassadors one more time. They've got the neon green shirts. You guys, just wave your hands. So this is the team that's really been responsible for going door to door and to really talk to people, to really build relationships throughout the entire grant-funded area about all of what UC2B is about. And it's really paying off. We're getting people connected. We've got a large list of other people that will be connected very soon. But the other important thing is that this project has had not only an impact here, but in other places around the United States. As Brandon mentioned earlier, there's only a handful of these fiber projects being built, and Mayor Gerard mentioned it as well. Places like Chattanooga, Lafayette, Louisiana, the Cleveland area, and so forth. So there's less than a small handful of places that are actually putting this fiber And our project really stands out in a number of different ways, that we're actually putting fiber and connecting it to people's homes. We look at projects like in Kansas City and so forth, they're using wireless option. And so we're building a real future-proof type of technology here. And it's been highly recognized, not only at the event that Mayor Gerard mentioned in Washington at the White House, where UC2B was singled out as an example of how to do this, but UC2B has also received some very important national awards as well, too, as being recognized as the best community fiber project in the United States this year as well. So we're really proud of that as well, too. So there's a lot of work left that we have to do, and we appreciate everybody's patience as we are getting folks connected. There's still a lot of work left to do. But we're really excited as we reach out and talk to customers who now are currently connected. The stories are pretty breathtaking. There's a lady whose mother goes to our church, and she got internet for the first time, and she's 80 years old. And the very first thing they did was they connected her to Facebook. Then all of a sudden, she was connected to all her friends and family, and she was just totally floored by this. And there's other kinds of great stories like that that are really changing people's lives. And that's what's really important. And I'm also very proud that we're having the groundbreaking here at Salem Baptist and in partnership with Bethel, because the community anchors are really the foundation for this entire project. The other really special thing about our project, that when Mike Smeltzer and Abdullah Kalimat wrote the proposal for this, was to look at community anchors as that foundation, to look at them as the place where people go when you need information. So when things are tight and tough and so forth, where do you go? You come to church. You go to your library, you go to your schools and so forth. And we made certain that the community anchors throughout this entire community are the ones being connected first, along with the houses here in the grant-funded areas. So we're also very proud of that. And this is the only project in the country that has developed that strategy as well, too. And others are looking at us and saying, yeah, we want to follow that model as well, too. So we're very proud of that, and we're very proud of all the work, and also very happy that everybody is out here as well, too. So thank you very much.
I get the job of thanking a bunch of people, but before I do that, I have to say, in response to something that John Gant said, the importance of our community anchor institutions is immeasurable, and that we are the only fiber project that treats all nonprofits, churches as part of our community anchors. All the other ones connected governments, and that's where their vision ended. And it's a great testament to this community that that's not where our vision ended. So at any rate, I'm off script, and Laisha's going to yell at me for taking too much time. The UC2B project has been quite an undertaking. From the early 90s that held the internet for our local communities in a dream, to the writing of the big broadband proposal that would give flight to that dream, to the breaking of ground for over 1,300 subscribers to date, the Urbana-Champaign Big Broadband is making headway and national headlines with its innovative technology and its community-centered approach. This endeavor, made possible through grant funds from the U.S. Department of Commerce's National Telecommunications and Information Administration, we all refer to them as NTIA at our meetings, matched in part by the state with the help of our local legislators and our community partners and our local governments, and spearheaded by the University of Illinois' Mike Smeltzer. This has had a great number of people who have contributed to its moving forward and its success. The names are endless, and there are great efforts. From our many residents, churches, social service agencies, and schools who were early supporters and remain continued advocates, we thank you. To our governmental agencies, the University of Illinois, the City of Champaign, and the City of Urbana, and their staff, who collectively joined to enrich our communities, we thank you. To our volunteer communities, the UC2B Policy and Tech Board, and the Marketing Committee and focus groups that have ensured our proper policies and practices, we thank you. And to anybody who serves on a UC2B committee, we haven't had you all raise your hands yet. I know I have some back here. Can everybody raise their hand? Thank you for your service. 3 years of meetings. To our community ambassadors, our construction and installation crews who have walked countless miles door to door and installed countless miles of fiber to connect each of us one by one, we thank you. And most importantly, to our UC2B customers who have been ever so aware of the invaluable benefits of bridging the digital divide and ever so patient during the build-out of our community-owned network, we also thank you. Without any one of you, UC2B would not be possible. On behalf of the UC2B Consortium, we offer our sincerest thanks to all of you for being part of this momentous project for our community. Thank you.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen next. We're going to cut this red ribbon here in just 1 second. And after we do, everyone's invited to stay for the party. There will be refreshments inside, as well as music from Mobetta, as well as a tour of the lab here where Salem has a computer lab that teaches people computer skills, and remote live prize drawings and some other tables and information inside. So please stay for the fun. And one more round of applause. Thank you all for coming and being part. So with that, I'd like to invite up all the folks who spoke, the presenters, and any other elected officials, the policy committee, or any other UC2B employees. We're going to see if we can get that whole crowd up here at the red ribbon, and we have some big scissors here to officially cut this ribbon.